You wouldn't want to find yourself stuck on any of these roads. Welcome to Trending Tickets, and today we're going to take you on a road trip down the top 10 most dangerous roads around the world. We've got a lot of miles to cover, so let's just go right into it. Steep vertical drops, unsafe weather conditions, hairpin turns. These are just some of the factors that make many of these roads hazardous to any motorist. They're not your typical highway, that's for sure. Starting off with number 10 is North Yungas Road in Bolivia. Also called the Road of Death, this one-lane road connected La Paz to Karakoram through a stretch that rose 3,000 feet above the Amazon rainforest. If you thought the name sounded extreme, don't be fooled. Until 1994, the average rate of death on this road was 200 to 300 travelers per year. In fact, so many people died on the road that there was no place to bury them. So don't be surprised to see makeshift memorials along the pavement on the spots where vehicles or people have gone over the steep vertical drop down to the rainforest. Motorists on the North Yungas Road faced sharp hairpin turns and were always on the lookout for landslides, rockfalls, and other weather-related hazards. Nowadays, though, you wouldn't see this road as it was all those years ago. In 2006, a two-lane alternative route composed of asphalt was built on the original North Yungas Road and is remarkably safer with bridges, drainage, and guardrails. So if the North Yungas Road put you off driving for life, wait till you see what's number 1 on this list. Number 9. James Dalton Highway, Alaska. At first glance, this 414-mile stretch of highway in Alaska may not seem all that dangerous. However, the truck drivers who usually travel by this route to get to and from oil fields in northern Alaska would beg to differ. Plagued with extreme weather, drivers on this highway battle with poor visibility, steep slopes, rough terrain, and wildlife. Not only that, with about 3/4 of the way being unpaved, your regular four-wheel drive wouldn't make it across the numerous potholes and debris flying through the wind. In fact, since only 3 towns are along this highway, anyone traveling on James Dalton is advised to bring along survival gear and other supplies in case of emergencies. At number 8 is Killar to Pangi Road via Kishtwar in India. Built hundreds of years ago by locals, the Killar to Pangi Road has not been repaired in several decades. The unpaved 70.8 miles of road is only open during the summer and is only wide enough for one vehicle at any one time. So if 2 vehicles find themselves meeting on the road, one might have to back up a few feet to give way. One false move by the driver could send everyone down a 2,000 feet high cliff. It is especially dangerous during the rainy season when the track can get very muddy and slippery. Drivers are advised to be extra careful around a 6-mile portion of this road because of rock overhangs that are unstable and could collapse at any time. So if you're claustrophobic or have vertigo, you probably shouldn't take a drive on this almost killer track. At number 7 is Taroko Gorge in Taiwan. Located on the east coast of Taiwan, this beautiful gorge is considered as one of the must-see attractions in Taiwan. Driving through this road carved out of the sides of mountains offers some of the most breathtaking views of sea cliffs and mountains. It's no wonder that thousands of people on tourist buses, cars, scooters, and bicycles flock here to squeeze on the narrow road for a chance to see the beauty of nature. However, the Taroko Gorge is also known for its numerous blind corners and landslides, and rock slides are known to happen regularly during the rainfall and typhoon season. With maintenance being a challenge, some parts of the Taroko Gorge Road have been left unrepaired and impassable. Taroko Gorge is truly one of the most dangerous tourist attractions in the world, and if you are intrigued by it, number 1 will shock you even more. Number 6. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. Born out of necessity, Skipper's Canyon Road was constructed during the gold mining era in New Zealand by carving out of the face of the cliff by the Shotover River. In addition to being unpaved, Skipper's Canyon Road is built high above the river and is not for people who have a fear of heights. Some portions of the road from its original construction remain in place to this day, and the scenic drive is mostly frequented by tourists and adventurers. Don't make the mistake of driving here without a permit. Skipper's Canyon Road is known for being the main New Zealand road where rental car insurance is not honored. You'd have to apply for a permit if you want to see this road for yourself. At number 5 is Commonwealth Avenue in the Philippines. Unlike the other roads on this list, Commonwealth Avenue isn't located high up in the mountains or affected by extreme weather conditions. In fact, it can be found in one of the most urban areas in the Philippines, right in Metro Manila. Also called the Killer Highway, Commonwealth Avenue is notorious for the high number of road incidents occurring on it due to overspeeding. The road has a high rate of fatal accidents involving pedestrians, cyclists, and drivers due to non-existent traffic rules and road safety regulations. Despite having a 60 km/h speed limit and 18 lanes, making it the widest road in the Philippines, an average of 3 to 5 accidents still occur on the road every day due to vehicle congestion and reckless driving. Adding to the danger is the fact that Commonwealth Avenue has no traffic signs and no designated lanes for motorcycles and bicycles. Recent figures report that 7,000 people die annually on this road. Number 4. Sichuan-Tibet Highway, China. Located high up in the mountains, the Sichuan-Tibet Highway is regular thoroughfare for truck drivers coming from Chengdu in Sichuan and going to Lhasa in Tibet. It is common to see Buddhist monasteries, red-robed Buddhists, and yak herds along the way. Since its construction in 1950 to 1954, thousands have died on this road. In fact, statistics say that for every 100,000 travelers, there are 7,500 deaths. Rockslides and avalanches are common, and because it goes around steep mountains, some of which are over 16,000 feet high, oxygen supply is scarce, and the high elevation can cause altitude sickness in travelers. Drivers also have to contend with rain, ice, and other winter hazards, and during the rainy season, the unpaved road becomes muddy and a challenge to even the most experienced driver. Not only that, theft, fights, and harassments are also known to occur among drivers who can get bored during car jams that stretch for miles and last for weeks. Number 3 on this list is Zojila Pass in India. Connecting Srinagar and Leh in the western part of the Himalayan mountains, this 5.6-mile stretch of dirt road is usually closed during the winter because heavy snowfall creates 50-foot snowdrifts that make the road practically impossible to cross. Extreme weather is not the only thing that makes Zojila Pass dangerous. Cliffs are steep, the road is a single narrow lane, and there are no guardrails or traffic signs that can be found on any part of the road. With some portions going around mountains that are 11,000 feet high, travelers on this road shouldn't stay too long at the highest point or they'll run out of oxygen. Not surprising for a road that's literally named the Mountain Pass of Blizzards. Number 2. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan to China. Dubbed the 8th wonder of the world because of its high elevation and grueling conditions, the Karakoram Highway was built from 1966 to 1979 and opened to motorists in 1986. Located at 15,000 feet above sea level, it is the highest paved highway in the world and connects western China and Pakistan. Construction of this highway was no easy feat. Over 1,000 workers died because of landslides and rockfalls. Harsh winters and heavy monsoon rains create dangerous conditions for drivers. Unsurprisingly, for a highway that cuts through the Himalayan mountains, the road has many hazards including snowdrifts, reckless drivers, steep cliffs, terrible storms, and herds of animals. Interestingly, portions of this highway follow the old Silk Road. Before we go on, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when videos like this come out. If you're on your phone, don't forget to go to Settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Guoyang Tunnel Road, China. 15 feet high and 12 feet wide, the Guoyang Tunnel Road in China could barely fit 2 vehicles. In fact, even with a small sedan, the road leaves only a few feet on either side. It took 13 villagers from the small town of Guoyang 5 years to build this road using hammers and chisels. At the most difficult stage of construction, the villagers created only 3 feet of road every 3 days. Before this road was constructed, the village of Guoyang could only be accessed using steep, narrow stairs carved into the mountainside. Nicknamed the road that does not tolerate mistakes, Guoyang Tunnel Road has no guardrails in place, and vehicles have to rely on roughly carved stone pillars to protect them from falling over the side. Anyone driving on this road needs to be extremely focused, as one wrong move can send them over the terrifying turns and twists in the tunnel. As it was made by villagers who were not engineers, this DIY road was not built to safety standards, and even its location on the mountain is unstable because the villagers chose an area that could be chipped away using their hand tools. Today, the Guoyang Tunnel is a popular tourist attraction, but it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Do you agree with our list? Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed learning about the most dangerous roads in the world, then you're going to enjoy our video on the craziest events that were caught on live TV. Make sure to subscribe to Trending Tickets and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified about our latest videos.